bird on a tree.
Hi everybody, and welcome to this little taster lesson with me, Emma Petitt. This is a little taster free lesson for you all, just to get you in the mood and let you know what to expect with my upcoming Freedom Through Boldness art course with Art in Magic. Now this is about creative freedom as well as our emotional freedom. Freedom through boldness. And boldness for everyone will mean many different things. But for creative boldness, it's about stepping forward, stepping out of your comfort zone, or the first step on your artistic road. So being bold, that can sound quite scary, and it's not meant to be. You know, we can take bold baby steps. Even baby steps are bold. So with my workshop, over 4 weeks, we will be choosing each week a different area to kind of push ourselves just a little bit. So there'll be colour, boldness in colour choices. We will be making bold mark making in different ways with different implements, brushes, sponges, spatulas, pencils, crayons, non-artistic implements. Then there'll be scale and size. Be bold with filling your paper, filling your canvas. And then there'll be texture, one of my favourites. We will be bold in using texture in our paintings through collage, scratching, scraping, building up textures, building up layers with thick gesso, thick paint, applying it, scraping it off, and having loads of fun in the meantime. So I hope you can all join me for that. In the future. The details will be coming very soon. So I want to kind of include all of those elements of colour, mark making, scale, texture, and of course boldness in emotion as well, showing a really expressive portrait in quite a short period of time. So here we go. I'm going to do this on a large sheet of paper as normal, as I normally do, so you can all really get to see what I'm doing. Now the first thing we're going to do is an underpainting. Let's get rid of this scary white paper. Now you can be doing this on paper, in a sketchbook, in a journal, on canvas. It doesn't matter. That is completely up to you. But the first thing we're going to do is pick a really bold, bright colour, and I'm picking this sort of bright, real red. You know, it's a real red, and I'm just squirting it all on like that. Now with a brayer or a roller, if you don't have either of those, just use a big household brush or even a cloth to smear it and move it around. And we just want to get lots of colour onto the whole sheet of paper. Moving in all directions, spread that paint around. Now what I love about brayers is you get that kind of stippling and sort of roller marks as well. I love that. So we're getting texture onto a very flat surface straight away. A little bit more on this side. Be liberal, don't be timid. The more the better really, because we want to get some textures in there next. So now that that's covered but still wet, with a charcoal pencil or a marker, we're going to get some script written in there. Now, I love writing secret scripts into my paintings. Sometimes they're like mantras to myself about what I want to bring to the painting, but more often than not these days, it's sort of poetry, it's quotes, it's some positive feeling to start the painting with. And because this is about being bold and taking chances and stepping forward and starting our journey, I thought I'd write a few little words about that. But here we go. It says, "It's impossible," said pride. "It's risky," said experience. "It's pointless," said reason. "Give it a try," whispered the heart. Be bold. You probably can't even see that, but I've done it in big, scribbly, scratchy writing, not your neatest, bestest handwriting. This is about getting some arm movements and fluidity. Just get it written down, scratch it and scrape it. You don't even have to go left to right. You go up and down, round and round. Write the words on top of each other. Have some fun with it. This is mark making. We've used a charcoal pencil, which is scored into the paint, so now it's all covered in paint, to make marks. Loopy, scratchy, freeing marks. Doesn't matter if they're words or just gibberish, but they're there and they're making marks. So I have some drawing ink in my pot here and an old sponge. If you don't have drawing ink, of course you could just water down some acrylic paint or whatever. So what we're going to do is, with our sponge, really think about the darkest areas of the portrait, the shadows. And then our next thing to be bold about is scale. Fill or overfill the sheet of paper, the canvas, the paper, whatever it is you're using. So fill it. Think about the dark places within the portrait. Don't worry about dribbles. I do love my dribbles. But think where the dark places will be. I know that sounds and looks incredibly sinister at the moment, but it won't do soon. The next stage is the lights, the lightest of the lights, and we're going to use one of my favourite implements for this, which is my 2-inch household brush. And what we're going to use is white gesso for this. So again, thick white gesso to get some textures into this. No water on my brush, just dry. And we're going to think about the lightest areas now, the lightest of the lights. And we're just going to scrub it on. Under the cheeks, under the eyes. Down the front of the nose. You can get this on as thick as you like. Because that ink hasn't dried, and so we can get some really good mid-tones as well. this still looks pretty scary and pretty sinister. But it won't do for long. Mid-tones carrying on. We're going to use a bright orange. And then we're just going to get some shaping going on. And finally, my next strong colour is turquoise. Turquoise and red, turquoise and orange work beautifully together. And they're such fun. And just dragging it over that red background where those scribbly, scratchy marks were. So at the moment, this face is very androgynous. Is it a male? Is it female? And this is when we can start choosing. And I'd quite like it to be a girl. So I've got my Markle pencil. Now these are brilliant. And you can be as scratchy and scrapey as you like with these. They are brilliant fun. You can score into the gesso to reveal the paint underneath. Think of your continuous line. The shapes. This is never going to be a sort of pretty face. We wanted depth and rawness to it. And going back in with the red. I want a shot of red hair. And red lips. To find this character, to find who she is, decide what gender she is. and scoring into that wet paint to reveal the paint underneath. Using big, bold, brushy strokes. To find the face, find that character, find who she is. Big brushes, big colours, big scale and big emotions. So there she is, she emerged. She emerged from a dramatic and slightly sinister start, but building up layers and textures and colour and mark making, we can create wonderful, emotive, expressive, strong, raw, positive work. And it won't always be quite so dramatic as this. You can almost find boldness through subtlety as well. It's a real contradiction, but you can find those emotions. And that's what we're going to be doing on my Freedom Through Boldness workshop. And I hope you can join me soon.
From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be